Welcome back, sir.
Suited up, ready to show up.
You are suited up today, man.
Ready to talk something that I find to be incredibly interesting. I don't know that the public has really tuned into it.
So we are from the technology perspective. We are from the everybody be scared of China perspective. But from a legal perspective, I don't know.
I got to tell you, when I first saw this, I did an interview on a news media outlet about this, and I thought people were going to be up in arms about it. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, what we're about to talk about only really affects Montana until other states do what Montana is doing.
Okay, so if you want to get me on a soapbox, that's the best way to do it. How much legislation during a legislative session that's going on right now, right across downtown, stems from something happening in another state, and our lawmakers decide, hey, we better make that happen in Louisiana before it gets to be a problem, and we see bill after bill after bill, and hour after hour of committee meeting being devoted to something that didn't even happen here. But if we're following Montana's lead, that's what we're going to see next.
Well, we do have Louisiana legislation that is contemplating banning TikTok and I guess similar types of apps for state employees in state facilities using state devices, which I think you and I are both on the same page that
totally.
Okay, why would you be on TikTok working unless you're in the marketing division? Mm-hmm. Why are you on TikTok?
Well, on a state phone,
right?
Right. They don't have a marketing division, so I think we're good to go there. Yeah, it's a bill by Daryl Desatel.
Yeah.
That would prohibit the use of TikTok and related applications on computers and networks owned or leased by the state. When it says related applications, that's got to mean like Facebook or Instagram Reels. That's got to mean YouTube short-form video. Basically, you could say any social media falls into this bill.
Well, Montana has taken it a step further. Montana has made a law signed by the governor that says essentially no TikTok within the borders of Montana as long as TikTok is owned by Communist China or a Communist China entity. In the event it is not owned by a communist entity, then the ban, the way I read it, the ban doesn't apply.
Okay, so we're going to get to the First Amendment issue in a little bit, but this issue, I think, probably is going to play bigger. Can they do that?
Is it states' rights? Well, Montana has, so it's important to remind the listeners, at all times we're subject to two different sovereignties, the federal government and the state government. The state has a right to defend its borders in its alliance with the other 49 states and U.S. territories. So can Montana, if they have a valid concern for the safety of its borders and the safety of its citizens, can they enact legislation that safeguards the fine people of Montana? I don't know why I went Southern accent on Montana, but the fine people in Montana, yes, they can pass legislation for that.
Okay.
Whether it's COVID related, whether it's we don't want communist regimes coming into our borders and data mining and data collecting and using that information to commit treason or to harm the citizens of Montana, by extension, the United States.
So a state can enforce its own embargo on another country.
So as long as, and it gets tricky because
it's not a product.
Right. What is TikTok?
Right.
And then who has standing? And I told WAFB, I said, who has standing to challenge this? Well, obviously TikTok has standing to challenge this, right, to sue. If you're a business owner who makes money using TikTok in the state of Montana, and some people make money using TikTok. You and I don't make money using TikTok.
No.
But if you made money using TikTok in the state of Montana, you're economically affected by it. And if you're in Montana and you're streaming TikTok to other places, it's an interstate commerce issue. So that's another layer. And then you as a citizen that just wants to watch TikTok is watching TikTok, something you're constitutionally entitled to do. So can Montana do it? I mean, kind of, but is it Constitution? I feel like it's the Emperor from Star Wars. I will make it legal. It's going to have to go all the way up to the United States Supreme Court.
Right.
Montana will not make this decision. Louisiana will not make this decision unilaterally. It will be a United States Supreme Court decision.
The reason I ask about an embargo is because if a state can enforce an embargo, can a state get out of an embargo? Could we have had Cuban cigars the entire time?
So I'm not dancing around your question. The complexity of your question is there are constitutional articles that deal with treaties, and if we're at war with somebody, there are constitutional issues that deal with interstate commerce. Montana cannot get around the Cuban embargo. It cannot do something that is if we say, if United States, if Congress says we are not going to allow TikTok in our borders because of the Chinese regime is communist and it could be used against us.
Right.
Montana cannot enact a law that goes against the federal law.
But conversely, if Montana says we want to keep China out,
yes, because
that's allowed.
Because they can, if Congress doesn't preempt it, if federal law doesn't preempt, it's very. I'm not a look. I'm a criminal defense attorney. I'm just a broke criminal defense attorney. I didn't say the word I wanted to say.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah, but I love the Constitution and I love the nuances of how crazy this is, because it's not just a free speech thing. And then you and I were talking at the break. Well, wait a minute. If they can regulate this, does this start making us look at each other? Well, what about the Second Amendment? What about other amendments?
You and I talked about this during the break, by the way.
Yeah, but I'll let you set that up.
But now you're talking about, if you're looking at that, you're looking at it in comparison to a free speech argument, not a...
Well, it is clearly... Look, you and I may disagree on what the content of TikTok is. It will clearly be viewed through a lens of First Amendment free speech expression.
Your free speech is not being suppressed so long as you are free to speak. The number of platforms that are available to you, however, is a different story altogether.
Well, speech has been found not to be just you speaking out loud. It's the written word, it's art, it's any number of things, right? Whether we agree with it or not, that is established. So, the question is and look, I don't hang out on TikTok. I don't use TikTok a lot. So, but I understand there is a universe of people that love them some TikTok, right? But it's not just the producers of the content. It is your ability to watch the content too. Is that a right to expression?
Okay, wait, stop right there though, because what's being expressed on TikTok is run through a very serious algorithm and filter as well. What's being expressed on TikTok is being, I don't want to say full on censored, but there are things you cannot say on TikTok. It is not necessarily as open of a forum as you would think. You can get a lot of things in real time from real people that have real takes and real opinions. But at the same time, though, if you say certain words, they'll trigger a deleting of the video like that.
Is this prior? I hate to use the prior restraint. Is this prior restraint? I mean, they're basically saying that no, this communist regime. And look, I got to deep dive in. I don't know if the law is stating that China owns it or a Chinese company owns it. If a Chinese company owns it, it's problematic, because just because you're a business that is in a communist country, I don't know that in and of itself is a threat. And by the way, where do you draw the line? Facebook data mines, Twitter data mines.
Okay, no, this has been a good question, and Alondra and I have talked about this a couple of times. Is that you have a problem with Facebook data mining your data, but you have no problem, and I don't mean you, I mean like the grand you, like the raw you.
Yeah.
So if you have a problem with TikTok or ByteDance or China mining your data, but then there's no problem with Facebook doing the exact same thing and selling the information back to China. So all you've created here is a middleman in Mark Zuckerberg.
Well, that's the interesting thing about this Montana law, is the Montana law seems to say, and I'm paraphrasing it, but it seems to say, well, if you're not a communist regime, we can have TikTok.
Right.
If you own TikTok and you're not a communist regime. Now, is the selling of data to China an act of war? Is it an act of treason? Is it an act of, we're not at war with China right now, are we?
No, not that I'm aware of.
This isn't Red Dawn where like is it South Korea that comes in?
Yeah,
or it's not China.
North.
It's North Korea that comes in.
Yeah.
It's not China.
Right.
I mean, we're not. I mean, are we always at war with communism? Kind of, but like, I'm just saying, this is not as easy and as crazy as it looks at first glance. Now, did Montana do this to get a reaction? Like, absolutely,
1,000%.
Like, I think Montana. I've been watching a lot of the show Yellowstone. The vibe I get is that Montana doesn't want outsiders in Montana.
Okay.
They want to keep Montana beautiful.
Oh, hang on now. Don't gloss a whole state based off of a fictitious show on Paramount starring Kevin Costner. Like, that's not what Montana is.
Kevin Costner is a national hero.
He absolutely is.
Point is,
100%.
Point is, there is an element of we are Montana. We do what we like, and we likes what we do.
No, totally.
Right.
And
there's no missing words over that.
But along with that is an element of look at me.
Right. So the amount of money that state is going to spend defending the lawsuits is going to be tremendous.
Yeah.
There will be lots of zeros after that number. It'll be a very expensive litigation, and it will go all the way up to the United States Supreme Court at some point. Constitutional matters can be fast-tracked to the United States Supreme Court. And look, we got a conservative Supreme Court right now.
Yeah. A Supreme Court that has a number of justices that were appointed by Donald Trump, who, has a clear dislike of China.
Clarence going to be Clarence. I like Clarence. I like me some Clarence.
Yeah. We're going to break here in just a second. We got Your Money Now coming your way. Yeah, this lawsuit's going to be expensive. You know what's not going to be expensive? Memorial Day prices over at the Baton Rouge Mattress Outlet. 4065 Florida Boulevard is where you're going to find them in Mid-City. Corner of Jefferson and Housatoo down in the southeastern portion of the parish. Get yourself a King Premium mattress, regular $15.99, marked all the way down to $5.99. How about 11-inch gel memory foam mattress, marked down from $17.99 down to $5.99. 4065 Florida Boulevard through Memorial Day at the Baton Rouge Mattress Outlet. Bonus them a little 30. No problem with that. You have
I don't have to be anywhere until 9:30, so I'm here as long as you tell me to.
Did your cross look like this? For the latest acts?
Similar, yes.
I don't like it.
It's a little smaller. It's a standard Benedictine cross.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but it doesn't say axe. I didn't bring my. I didn't wear my.
None of mine have said axe.
This is the first one I have.
Now the one that Natalie had that she doesn't want to wear.
Yeah.
Says axe.
Yeah. And
she gave it to me, but it's kind of a woman's. Well, it's not really a woman's cross. It's
a woman's cross.
Feminine. It's feminine. the young lad is feminine in nature. But no, I don't have one that says axe. So that must be another.
I don't remember what the ones were like on 8.
8 did not say axe. 9 did not say axe.
6 did. I don't know what 7 did because I wasn't on it.
I'm going to have to team again so I can get one that says, who gets to make the decision on that? I figured out where the rosaries come from.
We have people that make them.
Yeah, there's a group of people that make them.
It's one of the things you'd expect on a Catholic retreat, but that's a good one.
Well, I don't know that axe people are listening. Well, they might be.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They should be listening.
Can you turn the mics off? It's a final suit fitting after this, and then I'm going to work.
You getting fitted for soup?
Soup. I like to wear my soup. And you gotta get a new tie too. This tie's not. It's low energy. It's low energy. It's not a good tie. Just not feeling it. I got Court TV tonight. See how I just did there? I got Court TV tonight. I got to bring it. I got to bring the Court TV tie.
Give me a song to close it out with.
You want another Swedish House Mafia? It gets better.
Poppy?
It gets better by Swedish House Mafia. Yeah. Crazy thing has happened this week. Friday's gonna be. You don't have
Well, you and I I'm going to treat you to a cup of coffee, and I'm seeking your advice on this because.
No.
So the dilemma is always, I don't have court Friday afternoons, Friday evening. So there was never a conflict, unless there's a conflict with the boy. There's never a conflict for me doing it. So it's always a good time for me. Can I do it another time? Sure.
Earlier in the day, absolutely.
Yeah, but it has to be. We'll talk. We'll talk. A feud question?
Oh, they want another Family Feud question.
Go for it. Let's get one more in.
I don't think that's how the song goes.
Yeah.
You were doing something different.
It was like the next part of it.
Oh.
Maybe you should watch the show a little bit if you're gonna like do the feud.
Porcupine? Jose?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we
name a word that you would hear after the word
you don't
pork.
watch it, 'cause you know what I was talking about.
I just watched the clips on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, I don't watch them on TikTok. But.
Not in Montana.
A
You're
word
not.
that goes after pork.
Not in Montana. You're not.
And the guy said cupine.
That's something I would do.
Yeah.
Name something one family member might steal from another.
A tampon.
Oh, wait, I lost the card.
A tampon.
Back in
You
the
think?
deck.
A tampon.
All right. I'm going to go with money.
Yeah.
No. I'm going to go with
Cookies. Cookies. That's my bet. Cookies. Take the tampon off the table.
gross.
What?
Money's a good one. Jason, David agrees with you. Money.
I'm going to say your aunt.
Oh,
Is cookies on there?
I don't think so.
no, but food is.
Food,
yeah.
yeah. Food's the right answer. Money, car. Your car.
Not car.
Your girlfriend?
Your girlfriend, yeah.
Friend's not on there, but
Your
that's
wife?
a good answer.
Wife?
The big bedroom.
Your dignity.
Your dignity. Your happiness.
Drugs.
No, also not on there.
Really?
Oh, what did y'all say? I guess this would like Anne or whatever. I guess lover, that would be like
Yes.
yeah, okay.
Lover's on there?
Yes.
Oh.
Mr. Steer Girl. $8:56 Talk 107.3 FM WBRP. One segment to go here on Mornings with Brian Haldane, doing a bonus illegally served this morning.
You think the people appreciate the bonus?
The bonus?
I think they do.
I have no idea. I think so. I like to think
it's
so.
your show. I mean,
Well, yeah, but you're asking me. I hate everything I do. So, like, that's you can't bring something up with that level of self-loathing that happens over here. You know.
my comment is about self-love.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
personally could do without it.
What?
I personally could do without it.
Wow.
You just need Alondra.
She's digging.
That's
She's
okay.
digging at you.
It's okay. I've made it a point to be nicer to Alondra, especially if she's producing the Go Rouge show, which will be streaming tonight at 6 o'clock.
It'll also be on air. No, it won't.
Up, see?
Nope. LSU softball will be on air.
So maybe I can convince the folks at Talk 107.3 to share it
Yeah.
on their social media platform
Sure.
as well. So
The radio version of Go Rouge will air tomorrow in the midday, I believe.
and you know where it won't be airing?
Where?
On TikTok in Montana.
Hey. TikTok is the most engaging social media app out there. That's not an opinion.
How do you
That's
measure
a
that?
fact.
How do you measure that?
Number of users, frequency of use, time spent using. They cap all, like they're the tops on all of it. Well, no, number of users, Facebook is still number one.
And it's open,
But they've
right?
gotten to 150 million Americans in the time that they've been here.
It's open, right? So it's not like you have to pay to watch somebody doing something.
No,
It's not like
here.
fans only or members only or whatever that is.
No, that's a completely different thing.
No, but my point, but the analogy of it is an open, expressive, like you watch the videos, right? It's not like,
Yeah. So, well,
yeah.
that's a live going right now.
Yeah.
Lives are terrible, by the way.
Is there, so what if they wanted to ban it because there was content on there that was pornographic in nature?
There's not.
Does TikTok
TikTok does not allow that at all.
Okay.
That TikTok does not allow that at all. In fact, the users that would do that when they have a live, they're like, go over to my IG and you'll get a pass to my OnlyFans and whatnot. And it's like, wow, no. How about no?
So, does communist China own TikTok?
Or a company called ByteDance owns TikTok, and I wanted to ask you about that. You said the Montana law says any company or any streaming platform that's owned by a communist regime. Is a company a regime?
The language is not communist regime, but the way the language is crafted, it's basically not a communist. Anybody who's not a communist can own it.
All right.
And not own it, but use it in
We've
Montana.
got 1 minute to go, okay?
Okay.
So I want to ask you just point blank. January 1st, 2024, TikTok is going to become illegal in Montana. First question, are they going to hold to it and make that deadline hold up? Second question, is it enforceable?
How
yes
do you
or
even
no?
regulate that? Like, if I have Wi-Fi,
right?
Like, how do you regulate that?
I don't know.
Who's going to regulate it? How much money are you going to spend regulating it?
Oh, and shutting it down?
Yeah.
Oh, that part's easy. The same way they can dole out gambling, mobile sports betting on a parish-to-parish basis here in Louisiana.
I think it's a symbolic gesture that will never have an enforcement.
I think we talked about it this morning, and that's all they really wanted in the first place.
Right. I agree.
He's attorney Franz Borghardt. You can catch Go Rouge tomorrow on Talk 107.3 FM. We got LSU softball coming your way this evening. Right now, we got Moon Griffon coming up next. Appreciate you, Franz. Yeah, Moon Griffon coming up next, followed by Brian Kilmeade. We'll see you next week. That last segment's too short, but I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about the shortness of that last segment. All right, Facebook, we got to get out of here. We will see y'all on Monday.